We're moving into a dynamic lunge to hamstring stretch. Starting on your mat, you're gonna come into a high lunge position. So slight bend in the front knee, and you're gonna glue your back heel to the ground. From here, keeping our torso and chest up nice and tall, we're gonna bend into the front knee more without lifting the back heel. So you're feeling a stretch in the back leg calf. Hold for a second, and then come back up. So just going between bending and then just gently extending that front leg for 30 seconds. So you're gonna feel an increase of a calf stretch, and it's gonna release off a little bit. All right, time's up on that side. Go ahead and switch for 30 seconds. So really focus on gluing the back heel into the ground. All right, time's up. Now we're gonna go into a hamstring stretch. So just propping a heel out in front, shifting your hips back, keeping your torso tall, feeling a stretch in the back of the leg, coming right back up, and then repeating into the stretch and release for 30 seconds. All right, time's up. We're gonna switch sides for 30 seconds. All right, and time's up. Come back to center. We're moving into a dynamic bridge. Lying on your mat. Upper body is relaxed, feet are planted. From here, you're gonna drive your knees out. You're gonna tuck your pelvis under. So think about eliminating any space between your low back and the mat. Continue tucking your pelvis as you push down through the heels, up through the hips, squeezing your glutes at the top. You're gonna hold and then release back down. We're moving through this for 1 minute. So every time you push your hips up, you're thinking about taking your pelvis and scooping it under as you go to press up. So we're focusing on strengthening the glutes from the bridge portion as we drive our hips up and squeeze them at the top. You're also getting into your hamstrings and your quads. You might feel a little bit or not a ton, just depending on where your feet are. If your feet are closer to you, you might be feeling your quads a bit more. If they're further away from you, you might be feeling your hamstrings a bit more. All right, time is up. Coming back to center. We're moving into a half split. Coming into a low lunge position. From here, you're gonna extend the front leg, so the heel's down, the toes up. You're gonna make sure your toes are under of the back leg. Then you can let your back round as much as you need to and let this knee bend as much as you need to. So rounding, bending the knee. You're gonna try to come down to place your hands on the ground. Again, your back can round and this leg could bend as much as needed. We're gonna hold here for 1 minute. Now, if you can't do it, even with the knee really bent or the back really rounded, feel free to either use some blocks or something, or even stay more propped upright. So you're feeling a big stretch in the hamstring of that extended leg. All right, time's up on that side. We're gonna go ahead and switch. And coming into the stretch for 1 minute. All right, time's up. So coming out of the stretch and back to center. We're moving into a low lunge quad stretch. So coming into the low lunge position, back knee is down, front foot is planted for support. From here, torso's up nice and tall. We want to think about taking from our knee all the way up our hip, keeping it connected at the same angle and pressing that part forward. So we're not letting our hip come forward without our knee. So everything is being pushed forward, feeling a stretch and open up into the quad. We're gonna hold for 45 seconds. So it's a very active stretch. You have to actively engage and press forward. Now, if you're holding the stretch and you just want a little bit more into the quad, you can always raise that back foot up towards your bum, but you're keeping your pelvis tucked under so we're not lounging forward into it, and you'll just feel a little bit deeper of a quad stretch. Time's up. We're gonna switch sides, coming into either of the options, and we're holding for 45 seconds. Remember, no matter which one you choose, focus on your pelvis being tucked under, chest is up, nice and tall. All right, and release. Come back to center. We're moving into a dynamic lizard lunge. Coming into a high plank position, but you're gonna want your hands just a little bit closer. Tucking your hips down, you're gonna step one leg forward as far as you're able to, letting your hips come down. Hold for a second, step it back, and switch sides. You're alternating for 1 minute. If you can't step up really high, just go as far as you're able to with the leg. So we're stretching out into our hips, opening up into the groin. All right, time is up. Come back to center. We're moving into a hamstring hook with the strap. So grabbing your strap, you'll come down onto your mat, hooking it around 1 foot. From here, let the other leg relax out, and you want your strap with your arms doing the work. So try to let that leg relax. You're gonna gently pull it back towards you, having a soft bend in the knee if needed, and we're gonna hold for 1 minute. So you control how much of a stretch you're getting by how much you're pulling that leg up. From here, we're keeping the tension on the leg. We're just gonna guide it out to the side. So we're adding in an adductor and groin stretch. We're holding for 1 minute. Again, try to focus on that strap and your arms and hands doing the work to support the leg and just letting the leg relax as best you're able to. All right, time's up on that side. You're gonna switch, starting with the hamstring stretch, so hook it around the foot, gently guide it back, and holding for 1 minute. Again, soft bend in the knee as needed, and you're determining how deep of a stretch you're getting by either having your leg further away or closer to you. All right, and you are guiding that leg out to the side and holding for a final minute. All right, time is up. Unhook your foot and come back up to center. Great job today. We'll see you next time.